Hey guys, so this is going to be a quick video. I will show you guys how I use the Anki app to review the flashcards that I had made from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tutorials. I am hoping that this video series will help make things clear to understand of how the reviewing process of my method works, because a big misconception that people have is that they think they have to memorize the text that they wrote on the back of the card. You don't do that. You don't memorize the text itself. Your only goal is to only figure out what you wrote. Again, don't focus on the text. Focus on trying to read, decipher, and make sense of the text code. By doing this type of process will allow you to drive the knowledge of what the code contains into your long-term memory much more effectively. So keep that in mind. Anyways, guys, let's get started. So I have right here my Anki app open and videos. Let's just figure out what kind of video that we are reviewing today. So study now. YouTube BJJ Fanatics Wrist Controls to Triangles by Danaher. Okay, so over here I will go look for that video and open it up. That's right over here.
Now,
so I'm just gonna keep this here as reference, just in case if I'm during the reviewing process, if I forgot something or whatever, I can have this video ready to help me find the part that I'm missing. So anyways, so anytime a card that's in my queue for this Anki app is ready to be opened, I immediately reveal the back of the card. So I show the answer right away, right? And people always have this kind of like misconception, like, oh yeah, front of the card is the question, back of the card is the answer. Well, that's not exactly how my method works. It's more like, okay, here's the title of the source, and here is this puzzle that you have to figure out for the answer. You know what I mean? So it doesn't give you the answer right away. There's an extra layer that you have to go through to get to the answer, and it makes you work for it. And that's the whole idea of thinking and making connections that takes place. So anyways, here's how I review the information right when I open my Anki app. So situation 1, and the first line is step 1. Go around, keep safe, go around, keep safe, close the position, restrain, and that's the beginning. And that's his close guard, right? Close guard. Step 2 is keep safe, restrain equals prepare. That is double. You're restraining both of his wrists in that close guard. Step 3, take opportunity, pull towards plus sweet spot, push away plus sweet spot. Okay, so as I'm trying to recall, for this line of code, it basically means that he's describing the old sense of how the mechanics of a triangle works. You pull one arm forward and you push one arm back to their stomachs, and this creates an opportunity to throw your legs over to get them into triangle. To take opportunity, act quick, let go, jump over, go over, keep safe, close the position, restrain. And this is how I interpret saying, yeah, that's when I throw my legs over to lock them into a triangle. So this whole first section of code is basically explaining the traditional way of doing a triangle back then, as I'm recalling the information. And of course, as you can tell, this card is relatively new. As I remember, I made this card 2 days ago, so the information is still fresh in my head. So it's only been 2 days since I last reviewed it. Anyways, let's go with situation 2, and here we go. Step 1, okay, here's a linking block that I created. So this links to step 3 to step 4. This idea right here of executing of step 3, step 4 of closing the triangle, doing the traditional means, only works if plus reasons why. So this only works if, and the reason why is if I'm trying to recall using my brain in the limited amount of information of these blocks, which are kind of basically hints that are giving me. My job is to fill the gaps of the missing information, and your brain should do a good job of figuring it out. it'll fill in the missing gaps. So what I conclude this overall, as I'm recalling, that this only works right here if my opponent is inexperienced or just like a newbie, right? It's not gonna work on very higher level skilled players, and it's less than anticipated opponent equals post spot 2. So if my opponent posture up, posture up, POS is posture, then it's harder to do the traditional way because I don't have them because they're making distance away from my leg. So it's harder for me to like let go and throw my legs over their body to lock them up because they're having such great posture and they're pushing me away. So the traditional way is not going to work at all. Next line of code. Okay, so this one doesn't have a step block in front of it. So this obviously is part of step 1 block. So state of mind equals more effective equals go over, keep safe, sweet spot. As I'm recalling, if I can get my one of my legs over their shoulder, touching their ear right here, right here, this is the sweet spot right here of where I should keep safe of my leg. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm recalling that. Step 2, another linking block. So linking block, step 1, situation 1, step 1. Okay, situation 1, step 1. Okay, so we're continuing off from the guard again. Plus anticipate opponent equals go over plus post spot plus keep safe. Plus go over plus post spot keep safe. So, okay, my opponent is posting and they're keeping safe at the same time. So they probably have both of my biceps pushed down and posted and pushed away while they're in my guard. So okay, so that's how I'm remembering it. Okay, step 3, transition, go under, keep safe. Okay, this is me. I'm going under one of their arms, make use of, go over, push away, sweet spot. And as I'm going under one of their arms, I'm using this arm, as I'm recalling, to push their other arm right here on that's making contact with my bicep, and I'm leading this to the center. And once I get this under, I'm gripping that arm that's connected to this arm right here. So grip, and there you go. Pretty confident that's what I'm recalling while as I'm decoding this line of code. Anticipate opponents. Okay, so hold on. Okay. So let's read the line of code again. Transition, go under, make use of, go over, push away, sweet spot, take me 2-on-1. So I have 2-on-1 on their, I'm picturing my head on their left arm. Okay, you guys can pull up this video and correct me if I'm wrong. Well, actually, let's actually go to the timestamp and see if I'm right. So 217 is a slide in code. So I'm gonna go 217 in the video. So 217, I got 2-on-1 on their left hand. Okay, that's where it comes down to.
Here, I put my hand in and I feed his wrist using my bicep so I can go.
There you go, 2-on-1. Left hand, because this one went transition and go under to keep safe. This one is making use of the bicep to push this hand to the center, and then there you go, grab 2-on-1. Restrain, prepare. So I'm preparing for something. Another take opportunity block. Step 4, let go around, keep safe, pull towards, close the distance equals warning equals posture too. So how I'm remembering this line of code of what it means is that I let go of the left arm, my left arm, and go around and grab it to the back of his neck and pull him down to hold him down. And this is kind of equals to close the distance. That's the outcome of these blocks together, is closing the distance. And by keeping the distance closed, it's greater than the warning of him possibly posturing up and taking this opportunity of setting up the triangle. So yep, that's how I'm seeing it as I'm recalling it. And I think I'm pretty confident that's the answer. So I'm gonna go look. So it's at 225. 225 right here.
Grip. I take my hand inside Mateus's. And then from here, I pull him with my legs a little, and I take collar tie and single wrist.
Okay, I think I forgot to write a line of code of blocks to explain that you can pull the hips towards to knock him low or closer. That's a little subtle detail. But I'll just add that later, but I think that's all I'm missing, really.
My left arm has the inside position. My elbow is inside Mateus's elbow.
Okay, yep, see? Latched on the bind of his neck and pulling him down to close the distance between me and him. Well, I'm looking at John Danaher's perspective, so... Anyways, let's go to the next one. Take opportunity, push away, squeeze or restrain. He's pushing the left arm into the guy's sternum or belly, whatever. And this creates the opportunity for step 6. Take opportunity, let go, post spot, kickstand. He's letting go of the guard. He latch off the guard and he's putting his left leg onto the guy's hip to use as a post for a kickstand right here. And this creates another opportunity to hip up for the right leg to jump over to the guy's shoulder to lock him up into a triangle. So go over, and this linking block is expressing this idea right here. Restrain plus restrain, hold position. So I locked him up. Oh, no, I didn't lock him up yet. I mean, I just remembered. This is basically restrain, hold position. So I'm not entirely locking it up with a triangle yet. As I'm recalling and visualizing in my head right now. Step 8, take opportunity, transition, go under, keep safe, and pull towards close the distance. So I'm letting go of my right arm, going under between his legs to latch onto his thigh, pulling myself even closer to close the distance, and I'm knocking him towards the other way because I'm closing the distance while taking his balance. And then let go and let go plus... I think I forgot what this block abbreviation means. I'll have to look it back up again. SAR. Actually, give me one moment. I keep a list of all of the blocks that I've created onto my notes on my phone. So let's see. SAR. Oh, okay. Bad news. I guess I came up with it when I was making it, and I forgot to log it into my notes. So I'll renumber it. I'll have to while I'm editing, I have to look for why I wrote it this way, what it means later. Anyways, so pull towards, close addition, take opportunity, go over, keep safe, restrain, and plus straight in mind. So for this one, actually, wait, hold on. Let me go back. 223. Yeah, now I'm curious. What did I write for to have that SAR block be there?
Now, once I get the 2-on-1 grip, I take my hand inside Mateus's.
Oops, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, shoot. I accidentally put 2 here. It's supposed to be a 3. Okay, 323. My bad. So it's 323, not 223. That's why I was so confused there. Okay, there we go.
Triangle entry. Now, as always from here, the hand goes all the way through in front, and we're in the perfect position to control his posture. Bring that
Yeah, why did I put an SAR there? Oh, well, I'll figure it out later, but I know where I am. And yeah, I think we skipped too much ahead. This is 3:30, and I gave my answers to myself. But I already knew. I was reading this line of code of step 9, and I know that take over, go over, keep safe, restrain. So he's taking opportunity to go over, keep safe on this shoulder, over this shoulder, to restrain him. And restraining plus state of mind is basically a block that I have to express of imagination. What does it relate to? And it relates to a dance right here, some sort of like dance pose or whatever. I don't know what to describe it, but yeah, that's what I'm explaining, seeing it as. Now, step 10 is take opportunity, go over, keep safe, close the position, make tighter, and attack. That's finishing the triangle. So what he's gonna do is let this leg over and put this foot down, and he's gonna lock into a triangle, and it's gonna be a nice, very tight triangle. And that's it. And the finishing off of the outcome of the block is attack. And there you go, a triangle check. And now for the last process, utilizing the Anki app's power of spaced repetition, I have these 4 buttons right here. Did I get it wrong again? No. Did I fail in reviewing this code? Then I'll press this and I'll come back 15 minutes later again for me to review the whole thing again. Or was it hard? it'll come back a day later, right? I did something with the algorithm. I customized the algorithm to the way I want it for this particular deck of learning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques online. So it might look funny that there's like 2 1 days where if I click hard, it's 1 day. If I click good, it's 1 day. There's a reason for that, but typically, if it was the normal algorithm, then this would be 2 days. Okay, so just pretend that this 1 day is 2 days. So yeah, if I click hard, it's gonna come back 1 day later. If I press good, it'll come back 2 days later. And if it's really easy, like super easy, like right when I look at it, I can zip right through the code of reading it. And this is the case sometimes where I look at this code, I can zip through it, and I just finish reviewing in 10 seconds. Like that's when I'm super like, I know this card. I can recall all the information from reading the code easily. Then I would hit easy button, 5 days. It will come back 5 days later. But looking at my way right now of the job I did, I would say it's good. So I press the good button. It'll come back tomorrow. Okay. So that's basically how it works. And that's the beauty of spaced repetition, because it works in intervals. The more you get the card right, the more the interval increases. So like eventually I get the card right again. It'll come back 3 days later. I get the card right again when it pops up for review. It'll come up 6 days later, and it keeps growing until like it'll be weeks to months to even years that I wouldn't have to need to worry about reviewing that card again, right? And if I get it wrong, then it'll come back to 1 day again. But this is it's a good process because it gets the cards that needs more work in front of the line, and pushes the cards that don't need as much work to the back of the line. And this is what I find to be the easiest way to review. Because back then, before, like if you wanted to make sure that information stays, a lot of people do it the traditional way, where they keep reviewing the card every single day until they're absolutely sure that this is so ingrained into their brain that they wouldn't need to review it for, I don't know, probably not for a while. And I just find that really annoying. I like a system like this to tell me which cards is my weakest to strongest, and by the information that I input into it, it'll dictate which card is the most important to review that day and what needs to be pushed into the far distance. So this is great, guys. I really encourage you to download Anki and try my method out. So anyways, I hope this really clears up any misconceptions or misunderstandings that you may have of how my method works. I hope that this video clears it. And overall, this is it for the video. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.